Hello Manuelian, this is Teacher Timmy and welcome to our math class. Today we're going to study about geometric means and geometric series. But before that, let us review some of the prerequisite skill that we need for us to better understand this topic. Wait lang Teacher Timmy, ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng prerequisite skill? Prerequisite skill, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga lessons or topics na dapat alam na natin upang mas maunawaan natin ang lesson natin today. So, the prerequisite skill that we need to learn, that we should have learned already, is finding the root of a number. So, what does it mean? The root of a number in math is a number that when we multiplied by itself produces the original number. So let's have an example. So these are the lists of the square roots of perfect squares. But wait, what is the difference between square roots and perfect squares? So let's try to study the following numbers. So once we say perfect squares, the perfect squares that we have here is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 181, 64, 49, 36, so on and so forth. They are perfect squares. They are called perfect squares because there is a number that can be multiplied twice by itself that will give us the answer of the following. So for example, the square root of 1 is 1. What is the number that you can multiply twice by itself that will give you 1? Of course, it's 1. Okay, let's try to look here. 289 is a perfect square. Why? Again, because there is a number that can be multiplied twice to itself to get 289. And that number is 17. So 17 is the square root of 289. Okay? 361 is a perfect square because its square root is 19. Why? Because 19 times 19 is 361. Okay, I hope that we are remembering it now. So these are the square roots of perfect square. So if we have square roots, we have also the so-called perfect cubes and cube roots. So if in square roots, we are multiplying the number twice to itself. In cube roots, of course, we are multiplying the number thrice to itself. So these are the perfect cubes. Why do we again call them perfect cubes? Because there are numbers that can be multiplied thrice to itself that will give us the following answer. Okay, so for example, 512. What is the cube root of 512? The answer is 8. Because 8 times 8 times 8 is 512. What is the cube root of 1000? What is the number that can be multiplied 3 times to itself that will give you the answer of 1000? So the answer here is 10. So 10 is the cube root of 1000. And 1000 is a perfect cube. Okay? How about if we have the fourth root? Okay, so the perfect fourth are 1, 16, 81, 256, 625, so on and so forth. We called it perfect fourth because there is a number that can be multiplied 4 times to itself that will give us the following number. So for example, what is the fourth root of 16? So what is the number you can multiply 4 times to itself that will give you 16? The answer is 2. Okay? So 2 is the fourth root. Okay, and 3 is the fourth root of 81 because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. Okay, so this is now our review. Let's now proceed to discussing our topic for today. Let's start first with the geometric means. So let us define what do we mean by geometric means. Geometric means, these are the terms between any two given terms of a geometric sequence. So again, your keyword for the word geometric means is the terms that are between. So in our previous lessons, we are done finding the first term. We're done finding the last term. We are done finding the common ratio and the value of n. This time, we are going to find the terms that are between two given terms. And what do we call that? We call that geometric means. If you will notice, you are still going to use the same formula. So that is a of n is equal to a of 1 times the common ratio raised to n minus 1, wherein a of n is the last term, a of 1 is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n is the number or the position of the term. Okay, are we ready? Let's now start. For example number 1, we need to insert two geometric means between 2 and 250. Okay, so how many geometric means are we going to insert? We are going to insert two geometric means. So for our illustration, for us to imagine what's going on, let's illustrate it this way. So you will insert two geometric means between 2 and 250. Okay, so if you'll notice, since we inserted two geometric means, we now have four terms. This is your first term. We're looking for the second term and the third term, and 250 is your fourth term. Okay, so let me just write it here so everything will be clear. So this will be your first term, and we are looking for the second term and the third term, and your last term, which is the fourth term, is given. So this is a of 4. Okay, so that is our illustration. The technique that we have here for us to find the geometric means, the first thing that you need to compute is you need to find the common ratio. In our previous lesson, we learned already how to find the common ratio. So let us solve for the common ratio. Okay, so we are going to use the same formula. So our formula is a of n is equal to a of 1 times the quantity r raised to n minus 1. Okay, so for us not to be confused, let's write our given. So step number 1. Okay, so let's write our given. Our a of 1 is 2. Our common ratio, that is the one that we're looking for. Okay, our n, how many terms are we talking about here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So your n is 4. Next, what is your last term or your a of n? Your a of n is 250. Okay, so based on our given, we can now solve for the common ratio. So step number 2, we need to substitute our given to the formula. A of n is equal to a of 1 times the ratio raised to n minus 1. Our a of n is 250. Our a of 1 is 2. Our common ratio is unknown. Our n is 4. So n minus 1, 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, in solving for r, we can cancel out 2 by dividing both sides by 2. So divide both sides by 2. Cancel. What we have here is r cubed, and 250 divided by 2, that is 125. Okay, so we have learned when we are solving for the r, since we have here the exponent of 3, we can multiply both sides by the opposite or the reciprocal value. What's the reciprocal value of 3? That would be 1/3. And also the other side, raise it to 1/3. Okay, let me rewrite it. So I have here 125 raised to 1/3. 1/3 is equal to r. So 3 raised to 1/3, it's already canceled out. So we only have r here. Okay, so what do we mean by 125 raised to 1/3? It means that we are getting the cube root of 125. What do we mean by cube root? What is the number that you can multiply 3 times to itself that will give you the answer of 125? So the answer here is 5. Okay, so let's check if we are correct. So 5 times 5, that is 25. 25 times 5, that is 125. Okay, it means that the cube root of 125 is 5. So that is our first thing. Okay, that's the first thing that we need to compute. So we now have the value of r, or the common ratio. Since you now have the value of r, you can now find or solve the value of a's of 2 and a's of 3. Since we are talking about geometric sequence, it means that we know for us to find the second and the third term, we just need to multiply the terms to its common ratio. Since your common ratio is 5, to find the a's of 2, that would be 2 times 5. So the answer here is 10. To find the a's of 3, that will be 10 times 5. So that would be 50. Okay, so 50, to double check, 50 times 5, that is 250. Therefore, the two geometric means between 2 and 250 are 10 and 50. Okay, so that is example number 1. Let's now have example number 2. Okay, let's read our problem. Find the three positive geometric means between 4 and 64. So how many geometric means are we talking about? We are talking about 3 geometric means. So you are going to insert 3 geometric means between 4 and 64. So for our illustration, it looks like this. So the first term is 4, and the 3 geometric means are here between. So this will be your a's of, so 4 will be your a's of 1, and the missing terms are a's of 2, a's of 3, a's of 4, and 64 is our a's of 5. So we have a total of 5 terms. Okay, so in solving for the geometric means, we need first to solve for the common ratio. That's step number 1. And step number 2, after you solve for the common ratio, you just need to multiply it to the terms to find the missing terms. Okay, so let's solve now for the common ratio. We have learned already. So let's identify the given. So a's of 1, our a's of 1 is 4. Our common ratio is unknown. Our n, or the number of terms that we're talking about, is 5. And the a's of n, or the last term, is 64. Okay, this is step number 1 in solving for the common ratio. Then step number 2, we just need to substitute our given to the formula. A's of n is equal to a's of 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So your a's of n is 64. Your a's of 1 is 4. Our r is unknown. Our n is 5. N minus 1, or 5 minus 1, so we have here 4. Okay, to solve for r, first we can cancel out 4 by dividing both sides by 4. Cancel. So we have here r raised to 4. Alright, and then 64 divided by 4, that would be 16. Okay, so we need to cancel out the exponent 4, so we can raise both sides by the opposite value of 4. So that would be 1/4. Raised to 1/4. Cancel. So we have here r. 16 raised to 1/4, it means that we are getting the 4th root of 16. So what is the number that you can multiply 4 times to itself? Well, will give you an answer of 16. So our answer here is, the answer here is 2. So let me rewrite it here. So 4th root of 16. So our r is 2. Our common ratio is 2. Are we correct? So let's try to show the solution. So multiply nga natin ng 4 na beses si 2. Dapat 16 daw ang sagot. So 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 2, that is 8. 8 times 2, that is 16. So therefore, the 4th root of 16 is 2. Okay, so we are not yet done. Okay, we are tasked to solve for the geometric means. So what are you going to do with the 2? So you need to find the second, third, and fourth term. So again, since this is geometric, you just need to multiply the common ratio to the terms or to find the next term. So since our first term is 2, okay, so let me show the solution. To solve for the, okay, let me just show it here. So we just need to multiply it by 2. So 4 times 2, that would be 8. That's the second term. And then 8 times 2, that will be 16. 16 times 2, that will be 32. And then to double check, 32 times 2, that would be 64. Therefore, your ace of 2 is 8, your ace of 3 is 16, and your ace of 4 is 32. Ibig sabihin, the three positive geometric means between 4 and 64 are 8, 16, and 32. Okay, so it's easy. Alright, so these are the ways on how you can solve for the geometric means of a geometric sequence. Okay, let's now proceed to geometric series. Okay, so let's review first. What do we mean by geometric series? Okay, once we say geometric series, it is the sum of all the geometric sequence in your geometric series. Again, in your geometric sequence, okay, it is the sum of all this. It is the sum of all the terms in your geometric sequence. Okay. Therefore, your keyword here is the sum. Okay, so we are looking for the sum. Alright, so let's proceed. Okay, the sum of the finite geometric sequence is calculated by the formula as of n, or series of n, is equal to a's of 1 times the quantity 1 minus r raised to n over quantity 1 minus r. Okay, so this is our formula wherein your a's of 1 is the first term, your r is the common ratio, and your n, of course, is the number or position of the terms. Okay, so remember, this is the formula in computing for the series of geometric sequence. What is again a series? It is the sum of the geometric sequence, or simply, it is the sum of all the terms of your geometric sequence. Okay, let's have an example. Example number 1. What is the sum of the first 5 terms of the sequence 3, 6, and 12? Okay, since in your problem, it is not mentioned if it's arithmetic or geometric, harmonic, or any kind of sequence. So, class, remember, it is very important for you to identify the difference between the sequences that we have studied. Pag sinabi nating geometric sequence, ibig sabihin meron silang common ratio. Merong common number na minumultiply sa kanila. So in this case, is there a common number that is being multiplied to find the next term? The answer is yes. What is that number? We are multiplying the number by 2. So 3 times 2, that is 6. 6 times 2, that is 12. It means we are dealing with geometric sequence. And we are looking for the sum. So ano nga uli ang sum? Kapag sum ang hinahanap, we are going to compute for the series. What is our formula again? S of n is equal to a's of 1 times the quantity 1 minus r raised to n all over quantity 1 minus r. Okay, so let us identify first our given for step number 1. So our given here is, what is your a's of 1? Okay, so our first term or a's of 1 is 3. Okay, next, what is the value of our r? The value of our r here is 2. How did we get the value of r? Since the sequence is given, we can just simply divide the second term by the first term, or the term by any term that precedes by it. Okay, so pwede rin naman ang 12 divided by 6. Pwede din ang ace of 3 divided by ace of 2. So in this case, I am dividing ace of 2 by ace of 1. So our ace of 2 is 6. So 6 divided by 3, that would be 2. So our common ratio is 2. Meron lang tayong tatlong given na hinahanap dito, okay? Next, what is the value of our n? Ilang terms ba yung kailangan nating hanapin na sum? So we are looking for the 5 terms. So therefore, your n is 5. Okay, that is step number 1. Step number 2, we just need to substitute our given to the formula. Let me just write the formula here. S of n is equal to ace of 1 times 1 minus r raised to n over quantity 1 minus r. So let us substitute. Series of what is our n? 5. Ace of 1. So that would be 3. Next, 1 minus what is your r? Your r here is 2. Raised to what is your n? That is 5. Over 1 minus our r is 2. Okay, so let us perform the indicated operation. So ano ang dapat nating unahin dito? Dapat nating unahin ang operation inside the groupings or the parentheses. So copy lang natin si 3. So, doon naman sa loob ng operation ng parentheses, meron pa tayong nakikitang exponent. So, ito muna yung unahin nating i-simplify. So, that would be 1 minus 2 raised to 5. That is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 32. Okay? Then, over 1 minus 2. Okay, continue natin siya dito. Alright, so we still have, let me just rewrite it. 3 times the quantity 1 minus 32 over 1 minus 2. Okay. So, perform muna natin ang operation inside the parentheses. So, we have 3 times 1 minus 32. So, that would be negative 31 over 1 minus 2. That would be negative 1. Okay, so we can multiply 3 times negative 31, that would be negative 93. Negative 93 divided by negative 1. So that would be negative divided by negative, that is positive. 93 divided by 1 is still 93. Therefore, your S of 5 is 93. Okay? So that's how we compute for the series of the geometric sequence. Okay, let's try to have another example. Okay, example number 2. Find the sum of the first 8 terms of the sequence for negative 12, 36, negative 108. Okay, so let us identify if what kind of sequence are we talking about. Is this arithmetic or is it geometric? So let's see. Are we adding? If we are adding a common number, it is arithmetic. Are we adding a common number here? No. Are we multiplying a common number here? The answer is yes. What is that common number? We are multiplying the number by negative 3. So 4 times negative 3, that's 12. Negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 3, that's positive 36. Positive 36 times negative 3, that is negative 108. So by just observing the sequence, we can say that it is geometric. And since we have the word here sum, we know that we are going to compute for the series of the geometric sequence. So what is your formula? This is our formula. Okay, let's now proceed to step number 1. So step number 1, find a given. We only have 3 givens that we need. So ace of 1, what is your first term? So that would be 4. Next, what is your r? To find the r, that is ace of 2 divided by ace of 1. Kapag given ng sequence, ito lang po yung formula. So yung ace of 2 natin is negative 12. Ang ace of 1 natin ay positive 4. So negative 12 divided by positive 4, ibig sabihin, ang common ratio mo ay 3. Okay, so we have 4, we have 3. Next, what is your n? Ilang terms ang pinag-uusapan natin? 8. So your n is 8. Okay, so that is your step number 1. Let's now proceed to step number 2. What are we going to do? Substitute your given to the series formula. Let me just write the formula. S of n is equal to a of 1. Oh, let me erase this. That is 1 minus r raised to n over 1 minus r. Okay, so series of what? What is your n? Our n is 8. A of 1, what is your first term? First term is 4. 1 minus what is our r? Our r is, I'm sorry, there's a correction here. Negative 12 divided by 4, that's negative 3. Okay, so na-correct na natin dyan. So, 1 minus ang r natin ay negative 3. Okay, raised to n. Yan. Okay, over 1 minus ang r natin, negative. Kailangan natin siyang ilagay sa loob ng parenthesis. And so, we will not be confused with the operation and the sign of the number. Okay, so let's continue. Unahin muna natin yung operation inside the parenthesis. So, we just need to copy 4. Okay, 4 times, okay, the quantity. Oh, I forgot to substitute here. Palitan na natin tong n. So, yung n dyan, ano ba yung value ng n natin? Ang value ng n natin ay 8. Okay, so lagay natin yung 8 dito. Yan, para ma-simplify po natin. Okay. Wala pa ng 8 doon. Sorry po. Okay, let us now continue. So, in this case, we need first to perform the exponent. Okay, so copy lang muna natin si 1 minus. Tapos, si negative 3, si negative 3 raised to 8, hanapin muna natin yung value niya. Okay, solve natin yan dito sa other side. Okay, so, imumultiply down natin si negative 3 ng ilang beses sa kanyang sarili? Ng 8 beses sa kanyang sarili. So, let's show our solution here. So, negative 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 beses daw po. So, let's multiply. Negative 3 times negative 3, that is positive 9. 9 times negative 3, that is negative 27. Okay, negative 27 times negative 3, that is positive 81. Okay, positive 81 times negative 3, that is negative 243. Okay, negative 243 times negative 3, that is positive 729. Okay, positive 729 times negative 3, that would be negative 2,187. Negative 2,187 times negative 3, it gives us a positive 6,561. Okay, ibig sabihin, negative 3 raised to the 8th power is 6,561. So, ito po yung sinimplify po natin. Okay, so ilagay po natin yan dito. So, that would be 1 minus 6,561. Okay, over 1 minus, so that is 1 minus negative 3. So, anong ginagawa natin dito? So, magiging plus na po siya. That's the rule in subtracting integers. Tama po ba? Change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So, magiging positive 3 to, tapos ito ay magiging plus. So, 1 plus 3, that would be 4. Okay. Okay, so let us continue. Erase lang natin yung solution natin dito. So, pinakita lang po natin paano ba nakuha yung negative 3 raised to 8. So, it's simply you multiply negative 3 ng 8 beses sa kanyang sarili. Okay. Let us now continue. So, rewrite lang po natin. So, that would be 4 times 1, the quantity of 1 minus 6,561 over 4. Okay, so operation muna sa loob ng parenthesis. So, that would be 4 times 1 minus 6,561. So that would be negative 6,560. Okay? Over 4. So in this case, meron tayong dalawang method na pwedeng gawin. Pwedeng 4 times negative 6,560 divided by 4. Or pwede namang i-divide mo na lang to diretso. You can just divide 4 divided by 4. So that would be 1. Ibig sabihin, pwede na natin itong i-cancel. So, ang sum of 8 natin, ano natira natin? That's negative 6,560. Alright, so that's the end of our lesson, and that's how you find the series of the geometric sequence. I hope that we learned something about this lesson. Thank you again for watching and have a blessed day.